They're basically starting a new stolen generation with all the younger kids and families. My cousin basically killed himself and the government didn't care. They didn't say sorry for causing it. My nan, my aunts, my uncles, they were all taken away from their families. My little girl's been taken. I've had my sister-in-law's little one taken.
Yes, because there's so much drug abuse and sexual assault and stuff going on within Aboriginal families.
I wasn't told anything.
I don't know what that's got to do with the referendum. That's another issue altogether, mate. Okay, bye.
I've had to deal with this whole day.
You're there, you're our backstop.
Why not?
He was taken off my sister-in-law at Blacktown Hospital. They walked in and took him. She was taken off me 12 hours after I had her. They just walked in and took her and I couldn't stop them. I wish they'd walk a mile in an Aboriginal person's shoes before saying that. And they'd understand. I miss my girls. It's killing. I've got family that were part of the stolen generation. My nan, my aunts, my uncles, they were all taken away from their families. None of the Koori communities were told or given a sorry as to why they did it. If I was at home, nothing would change, so I thought come out and make a difference by handing these out. I don't think it's fair that Kooris are being discriminated against. It's not very fair to have this happen. It's not. They're basically starting a new stolen generation with all the younger kids and families and treating most of our Aboriginal elders like rubbish. It's not right. It's disgusting.
And you think the voice is going to lead to more of that?
Yes, it will. It will.
Have you faced this directly?
Yes, I have. All the schools I've gone to, I was discriminated, I was bullied because of my background. I really didn't want to go back to school or go to work or anything. I was getting bullied constantly because of my background. I wasn't given a sorry. I've had one of my daughters removed from my care and it's not fair. They're starting a new stolen generation. It's not fair on anyone. And it really hurts.
I'm so sorry. Everything I've been told is that the voice will stop what's happened to you.
It won't. If the government said a proper sorry a few years ago, then we would have forgotten, but because they didn't, they're just going to keep doing this. It's not right. They're just going to keep removing Aboriginal kids from their parents and separating communities, destroying the Aboriginal language. It's not right. It's disgusting. The government need to start listening and basically give a proper apology and stop this behaviour. It's not fair.
And that's why you're campaigning today?
Yes.
For no, because
yes.
You don't want to have this.
No, I don't. I don't want to see any more of this. I don't want to see any more of this disgusting genocide. It's not fair and it's not right. It's horrible. I'm not going to have my kids and my stepdaughter and all of my cousins and that growing up thinking that it's fair for them to be picked on, it's fair for them to be bullied because of their background, and it's not fair.
Have you been able to get through to some yes voters with your story and why?
Yes.
You already know?
Yes, I have. Some of them listened, some of them turned around and went, I don't believe you, and I've gone through all of this. It's hurting me. I've lost family, I've lost siblings, I've lost cousins due to what the government have done. They haven't given a proper apology or anything. It's not fair.
Other yes campaigners here today that you probably had a chance to interact with, were you able to tell them your story?
I told some of them earlier in the morning on the other side. I told, they listened. but they still thought, no, it's like voting yes would be better than voting no. So they pretty much don't want to stop what's going on. They want it to continue, and I don't see that as fair. I don't see it as right.
Do you think they can relate?
No. If they were in an Aboriginal person or an Indigenous person's shoes, then maybe, but because they're not in an Indigenous person's shoes, I don't believe they will relate. No, it's not right. It's disgusting behaviour and it needs to stop. Hello, sir. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
They should make this day the new Australia Day.
I don't think so.
Great idea. Michael.
I don't think so. Busy speaking to the other side and not wanting to hear what I have to say. Not wanting to hear what I've gone through, what my family and the rest of my background and my tribes and that have gone through. But I want to know. My little girl's been taken. I've had my sister-in-law's little one taken.
Yes, because there's so much drug abuse and sexual assault and stuff going on within Aboriginal families.
I wasn't told anything.
Yeah, well, I don't know what that's got to do with the referendum.
I think she's worried about a voice, a new organisation that comes up, a new bureaucracy. When the existing government, giving that government more power, that took her children.
Oh, I don't think that'll happen, because we know
But it
what
did
the
happen
problem
just here.
It's happening to white people too. A lot of these families, there's drug abuse, there's sexual abuse. That's another issue altogether, mate. Okay, bye.
I don't get how someone could be that rude. That's not what happens in Aboriginal families at all. I've had to deal with this all day. It's not
You're there. You're our backstop. I know. We're talking about important. Yeah, well.
just hurts.
Yeah. That hurt anyway.
I wish they'd walk a mile in an Aboriginal person's shoes before saying that. I really wish they would, and they'd understand. It's just that's not right.
Yeah. No, it's not.
I miss my girls.
With good reason.
That's cute. That's my nephew.
Hello.
That's my sister-in-law's little one.
Yep.
I haven't even seen him. He was taken. He was taken off my sister-in-law at Blacktown Hospital. They walked in and took him. And they're not going to give him back to her. They're not going to... They've sent him to the Central Coast to Gosford to a non-Indigenous foster family who's now complaining about looking after him. And this is one of my partner's youngest. That's our 2.5-year-old. I don't even know whether we're seeing her next week. She was taken off me 12 hours after I had her. Wasn't allowed to feed a bond with her, nothing. They just walked in and took her and I couldn't stop them.
After you expressed the beginning of your story, the loss of her children, the man immediate first response was claims an allegation of drug and alcohol abuse. To immediately jump to a position of guilt. And you're still at it, you're trying to hand out.
I'm not
Even
going
through
to
this.
stop. I'm not going to stop until 6. I'm going to keep doing this until 6 p.m. I'm not stopping.
Thank you.
Have any political parties, like, no, you can't get a voice. Yeah, can't get a voice. As she's saying, so feeds down from fear.
Try walking a mile in a Koori shoes and see what happens and see how you feel then.
They've got to get a nice pair of shoes. They want to change brands. She's off to go and keep campaigning. After that, I'd be done. if I had someone come up to me and I expressed a sense of personal loss, and then allege drug and alcohol abuse of me without waiting to hear any detail, and then ride off with something that I'm alleging, I'm saying, I'm asserting is about to strip my rights to my children away, I would be beside myself that someone could be that heartless, especially when they're saying, have heart, a modest request, all of the campaigning that you've been hearing of them, they're saying they're doing the right thing. I'd be distraught, as she is. As she is.
Most of the dress and the shoes I've got come from the homeless service that I help out. I help the homeless 2 days a week, so I've been homeless myself, so I know what it's like.
You got somewhere to stay at the moment?
I live in Liverpool with my partner, so I've lived there for 2 years. But I was homeless for 6.5 years.
That's a long time. That's a long time.
It was. And I didn't cope being homeless for that long. Thank you for waiting. Have a good afternoon. For about an hour and a half, I waited and watched, and I told them what had happened to my family and everything else. And they related. One of them, her husband, turned around and went, look, I was there when assessment killed themselves and the government didn't do anything. And I've gone, which assessment? Because that's part of my family. I'm assessment myself. And they've gone, oh, did you hear about such and such? And I've gone, that's
Hello.
My cousin.
Good, thank you. How are you?
Here you are, sir.
Information about how to vote yes? Awesome, thank you.
So I broke down when they told me. My cousin basically killed himself and the government didn't care. They didn't say sorry for causing it. They obviously don't care if Koori's die. As long as they're getting paid, they don't care.
There's a lot of criticism to be had for Indigenous consultants, that they, rather than aiding the situation,
They're making it worse.
making it so much worse.
It's not fair.
I agree with you. I don't know how a PricewaterhouseCoopers Indigenous consultant helps these, so I totally understand.
I've lost a lot of family. Like the elderly couple that I spoke to, when they mentioned assessment, I broke down. I broke down in tears. That was one of my relatives that killed themselves, and the government couldn't be bothered apologising to the family or doing anything about it. They just let it happen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
About how to vote yes today? Ooh, well done. Thanks very much.
So it hurts.
Can I take that off you?
Disgusting. I've had it all day. I've had most of it all day. Most of it come from the other side. No. I'm used to it.
Yeah.
I've been sitting here all day, so I'm used to people coming up and being rude and not wanting to take this. So
Yeah.
I've had it all day.
Yeah, I get it.
Hello, information about the yes campaign?
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you.
Did you just have to speak with any of these women who were just coming over to me and saying they don't tell me what to do?
The one with the hat on, but the one with the...
Did you try and tell her your story?
Didn't want to. Some of them didn't want, even on the other side, they didn't want to.
Some won't listen to the voice that's right in front of them. The voice, even when it's right in front of them, they can't hear it. I don't know how she has the energy to keep going. Good on her. Good on her. I'm going to edit this together and I'll send it to her and see what she thinks.